Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Anywhere But Here. I'm Tom.
I'm Ant.
And this is episode 24.
Oh shit, I've just closed that by accident. Okay. Never mind.
That was an abrupt end to Spanish Flea.
You've already heard it once on our podcast
we've done
before
it
anyway.
Once. We've brought it back by popular demand. We got an email this week on our Gmail account. It's aebhpod@gmail.com asking for Spanish Flea back again because it's cool.
Yeah, it is, and it is.
So we brought it back just for you, Joe. There it is.
Subtle fade back in there. Like Tom said, you can contact us on the Gmail account. You can. Did we do Twitter?
We can.
We can do that too. Yeah. You can also contact us on Twitter at ABHPod.
Yes. You can also, nowadays we've got a Facebook page. I've
Yay!
set that up finally. It's only taken us 5 months.
Yeah, I mean we spoke about it before, and it was just kind of, we didn't like it because the whole connotation of fan page. But it doesn't actually say fan page.
Not anymore. It used to.
Yeah.
When we put
just
the
a
one
page
up for the band, it was a fan page, wasn't it? But this is not. This is just a page. So I decided it was a good idea for us to have one.
Sorry, they're so off-putting.
And so we've got it's facebook.com/abhpod.
Because we are ABHPod wherever.
On everything, yeah.
Apart from YouTube, where you can catch these videos, which is it's youtube.com/ABH podcast.
Yes.
Also, we do have a website.
We do, yeah.
That's usually the first one, which is abhpod.com. Nice and easy.
And from there, you can take a little survey, which only takes about 5-7 minutes.
Yep.
And it basically tells us what you're about and what you like, what you don't like, so that we know what to talk about, really.
Yeah.
It's just a useful tool for us to generate content that you're happy with.
Yeah. We've had a few things on there, like our shows can be a bit long.
Yeah.
I think that was the guy who watched this, because it was the first one to fill it out, which was a guy on YouTube, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So they're a bit long. And I understand that, because YouTube videos, like I watch YouTube a lot, and it is difficult to kind of watch an hour-long video. But the problem is, like where I've got a full-time job, it's hard to cut the show down to the best bits.
Yeah,
I mean, we could do that.
We could,
if we had more time.
It would be a lot of work, wouldn't it? We'd need an extra person, and we probably need to pay them.
And we'd need some best bits.
Yeah. But also on the website, the abhpod.com website, there is a banner that you can click to buy all your stuff with Amazon.
Yeah, and we get a little
bit of money for that.
And somebody's been very busy on Amazon this week, so we're very grateful.
Yes, yeah, our money is going up.
Yeah,
which is good.
I think we've broken the £10 barrier now.
Wow, yeah. Are we going to start to see some remuneration?
No, not until we get up to 25.
So carry on buying stuff through abhpod.com.
In another
Amazon.
6 months, we might have £20.
You never know.
We'd only be another in 3 months.
But yes, so we're back on the Sunday. It's weird.
Yeah, it is very strange, and it's really nice outside. I even considered kind of getting a big extension lead and moving everything outside. But apparently people don't like background noises on podcasts.
We get a lot of complaints about, breeze.
Yeah.
Yes. So a lot's happened since the last time we spoke, which I think was last Friday, wasn't it? It wasn't last Sunday.
Friday,
obviously,
wasn't it? Yeah.
The podcast went out on Sunday.
But we actually didn't see each other.
And since then, Andy Murray's got through to the Wimbledon final. Yeah. Because it was the quarter final that was going on.
He managed
during
that
the
semi
show.
very well.
He did. He beat the pole in the semi. Yeah. The one time of the year everyone gets to make a joke about semis.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they get any better, really.
So he's playing Novak Djokovic later on today, probably even after this podcast comes out, so no one's going to know the result.
I kind of regret not watching the Wimbledon this year, because like both semis, Andy Murray's quarter was supposed to be like an amazing match, and the Djokovic match was supposed to be incredible, and then Murray's match was supposed to be incredible as well.
Yeah, I watched Murray's semi the other day.
You saw Murray's semi the other day.
It was really good. It was really exciting. And then the Polish guy decided that the light was getting too dim.
Oh, is that why they closed the roof?
Yeah.
Oh,
even though really it wasn't. It was a bit of sportsmanship, I think. It was a bit of tactical sportsmanship.
Oh, because I found it weird, because the little story to that, on Friday, we went up to Hyde Park for the Barclays summertime thing. It was Bon Jovi on Friday.
Yeah.
So that was like the 6th time I've seen them now. But yeah, we were sat Nando's near Victoria. Like we were sat outside, eating our chicken, because we love Nando's when we go up to London. And we could just keep hearing this cheering. And we're like, what the fuck? And it was Djokovic's match.
Oh, right.
I'm like, what the fuck is that noise coming? We couldn't find it. And then eventually we went up and saw it. And I've actually got a picture that we might, if I can be bothered, put up on the face. I could put it up on the Facebook page, as well as the, get a bit of content there.
Yeah.
And it was just like this weird kind of like one of these portable sort of TV. There's a big TV system, and then like just hundreds of people.
Oh, what, they just set up
just set up a viewing
screen.
sort of thing, and just all this cheering. That was for the Djokovic match. And then when we got to Hyde Park, in Hyde Park now they've got like a VIP sort of seating area.
Oh, really?
Over to the right hand side of the stage.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, got to get in frame. Over to the right hand side of the stage, and you could see TVs in the like VIP boxes, and obviously people were inside watching the Murray match when Bon Jovi were playing. It was a bit strange, and then I heard like they closed the roof because we looked on the BBC Sport website, and I was just like, but it's not raining in Hyde Park, and they're closing the roof in Wimbledon. I wonder why. Well, I thought it was a bit odd.
Yeah,
I know London's big, but
it's not.
It was like clear skies, and they
so
said
far away that.
But it always rains at Wimbledon, so you kind of.
And it really hasn't this year.
Not really, actually. No.
It's all going to finish on time for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
And
Cliff Richard's going. What's going on?
What am I doing? I saw they cut to him, at the semi-final. And he was just kind of sitting there looking a bit bored. He's got nothing.
When am I going to get to sing?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, and it's one of those difficult things. I kind of don't want Murray to win just because of what he said. But at the same time, it's like.
But I watched a documentary about Andy Murray this week. It was called Andy Murray, the Man Behind the Racket. And it was really interesting, actually.
Did he smile?
Yeah, because this year, since he lost in the final of Wimbledon last year, but then won the gold medal and has since won other things, he's kind of lightened up a bit. And he showed his emotion, which I think it endears him to people a bit more. I think you need to show a bit of emotion,
but it was just
rather than
that
being
comment
a robot.
I don't care who wins as long as it's not England.
But he was saying that in jest, and it just got taken out of context. No, because it's that whole thing of any Scotsman says that.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Alex Ferguson would say the same thing. People down the pub, Scottish people, say like Tom, who used to come in the pub. Yeah. He would say exactly the same thing. As long as England don't win, I don't care. Like it's
we wouldn't say that about Scotland. But then again,
you say that.
What we would say about Scotland is we wouldn't need to say that about Scotland because it's not going to happen.
Because they never bloody get into the.
Yeah, so it's just as bad. I do understand.
Yeah, but. And actually, I think it was him showing humour, but no one was used to him showing humour.
Because a grumpy bastard.
Yeah, because he keeps a very kind of guarded.
He's serious, isn't he? He's obviously always in the zone.
Yeah, he takes what he does very, very seriously, and I think Tim Henman actually said on this documentary, it's a shame that it took him to cry for people to start liking him.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to show your emotions as a sportsman or anyone really,
to get people behind you.
Exactly,
that's the thing.
It shows that you care.
Yeah.
And then he went on and won, and then the monkey's been released from his back, and I hope he wins. It would be nice to have. It would be the first British male to win Wimbledon since in the last 77 years.
Yeah,
77 years. It's even
yeah.
longer than the football, and everyone goes on about the football. 1966.
But I think with the football, it's who we beat as well that was important.
Yeah, there was a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'd have won even if that goal was disallowed, because it was 4-2 in the end instead of what it should have been 3-2.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But never again, it seems.
Yeah.
We invent all these sports and we ship them off all around the world,
and then we're shit at them.
And we realise that
such a small country though. It's
yeah.
You've got less people to pick
We're
from.
really good at sport for a country of our size.
Yeah, if you take into consideration, like the scale of the country and the population and stuff. Yes.
I mean, there's no way in the Olympics we'll ever beat America, Russia, and China. Their population is too vast, but we're always fourth or there or thereabouts.
We beat countries that are bigger than us.
Yeah, Australia,
that should be better.
For example.
I
Although their
don't know the population
roughly the same
because
size.
I think 90% of Australia is desert.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that.
Because it's all like coastal towns, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, the basis of which is good luck to Andy Murray. Hopefully he wins. I think really.
We saw Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora wasn't there.
Was he not?
No.
So he's back in rehab.
No, he's just.
Or he just left.
Pretty much, kind of like. Well, the rumor going around is that he's causing a lot of problems, and one of the things he allegedly said. Because we've got to be careful what we say now.
Oh, yeah.
He allegedly said that another member of the band was replaceable. So they've kind of gone, remember that guy that we had when you were in rehab? Well, he's going to come back and play instead of you. I think it's to teach him a lesson, and I don't know if he's going to come out. And the guy that replaced him, Phil X, I mean, if you look him up on YouTube, he's an incredible guitarist.
Yeah, you've said.
Absolutely incredible. And he was really good, and he's got a great singing voice. So it's kind of like...
So, do we
need you? I mean, Bon Jovi, the band Bon Jovi... Anyone you talk to who kind of knows Bon Jovi, but not really well, they say, oh, Bon Jovi, I like him.
Yeah. It doesn't really
to a majority
so
of the people, Bon Jovi is a man rather than a band.
And also the fact that they do play some of John Bon Jovi's stuff in their sets anyway.
Occasionally, they actually didn't on Friday.
Did they not?
No, because the one they always play is the one from Young Guns 2, which...
Wanted Dead or Alive?
No.
Because that is a Bon Jovi song.
That's a Bon Jovi song. Oh, you fuck, I always do this. Never mind.
Yeah. But it's a John Bon Jovi song.
It's a John Bon Jovi song from the Young Guns soundtrack, yeah.
But they were good, I
assume.
assume.
They were incredible.
Yeah.
They always are.
Yeah.
They always are.
Because, who else was performing with them?
Fucking Kaiser Chiefs.
Really?
I can't get away from Kaiser Chiefs. Me and Liz do not like Kaiser Chiefs. Liz went to see the Killers last year. Kaiser Chiefs were supporting.
Right.
We went to see Green Day this year. Kaiser Chiefs were supporting. Yeah. We went to watch War of the Worlds, the Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, like at the cinema. Yeah. We went to watch it. Ricky Wilson was in.
Is he in that?
He was in that. Yeah.
Oh.
The Blu-ray's out at the end of the year, so he was in that. And then fucking Bon Jovi yesterday. We missed them. Thank fuck we missed them. We got there late enough because it was a festival, so it started at 2:00.
Oh right.
So you had Bush, and then Kaiser Chiefs,
all right,
and then Bon Jovi, because it wasn't a Bon Jovi concert.
No,
it was Barclays Summertime.
Yeah.
Thing. It was a festival, but
because the Stones were last night, weren't they?
Yeah. And interestingly, they played 2.5 hours at Glastonbury, and apparently they played an hour and a half last night.
Oh really?
Like a thing that they were kind of headlining. It was them. Glastonbury people pay for the weekend ticket, and they get 2.5 hours of Stones. Yesterday, people paid like at least £120 for a ticket to see the Stones, and they got an hour and a half.
Yeah, but the TV audience only got an hour of the Stones.
Oh, really?
Glastonbury, and that's what I'm fucked off about. Like, I'm
not fussed. Like, if I was there, I would have gone and watched the Stones, but I wouldn't go out my way to watch them on the telly.
Yeah, I wanted to just because they,
it's an experience.
It's the first time they've ever played Glastonbury. They've never played Glastonbury before.
Yeah. I've got to stop saying My dad said that to me yesterday. No. No.
But yeah, they played, like you say, a 2.5 hour set at Glastonbury. But because they're filming it for their DVD, which comes out soon.
Oh, okay. That's
they were like, right, we don't want the BBC showing the whole set, so we're only going to allow them to have certain songs.
That's fair enough then. I mean, when Paramore played Reading 2-3 years ago, and they basically, because they had a new album coming out, they flatly refused. They said, no, you're not filming this. You're not showing it on telly.
Right.
Because they had a new album coming out. Well, and you didn't want any of the songs lit, and you've got to understand that. I mean, that was a bit ridiculous because people are going to film it on their phones and say, look, Paramore's new song on YouTube.
Yeah,
but I suppose that's kind of like pirated. It's not pro shot.
Yeah, maybe.
And you kind of understand with the Stones only wanting an hour. At least they still fucking had an hour show.
Yeah, I know.
And they've got a DVD.
But you didn't get stuff like, I didn't hear.
It's just I've got to pay for it now.
I didn't hear Paint It Black. I didn't hear Gimme Shelter. I didn't hear,
No.
And they're the only songs that I really give a shit about. Like,
and you don't want to have to pay £20 to watch it on the DVD.
Not really. I'm not really a Stones fan. Yeah, I know. It
is a bitch. But you kind of understand because you never. I think it's a sense of entitlement that our generation has. We should be able to see it on telly and online for nothing.
It's the BBC,
The BBC take our licence money and don't show us what we want to see.
Yeah. I think that's my
the
main
problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I pay my fucking licence fee. I should be able to see what I want.
Yeah. It is that sense of entitlement. Despite the fact people years ago when the licence fee first came in only had like one BBC channel.
Yeah, now we've got 4.
And they could only see stuff
when
it was scheduled. Whereas now we're like, we want to see everything that we want to see when we want to see it. And we want to see all of it.
And they've got a combined age of how, what are they going to do? Make some more money that they can spend on what exactly?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how greedy do you want to get? Like, you've been around for 60 years.
It was so funny to watch though. Like, you had like the drummer was kind of
Charlie Watts' face, he looked like he was.
And then the music got all too much for him, so he put his headphones on. The noise was a bit too much. But then you had all the whole. Mick Jagger was the only one with like crazy energy. The others were moving about a bit.
Yeah,
and obviously, drumming. He was.
Ronnie Woods and Keith Richards actually shared pieces of the stage, which I heard was not something that Keith Richards ever used to do.
Oh, it kind of stood together. Yeah, I saw that.
Apparently, Keith Richards used to have a rule where no one could come in 6 feet around him, otherwise he'd lash out at them.
But he was off his head on fucking drugs, so that's probably why. It was for everyone's safety.
Yeah. What freaked me out though was Mick Jagger's legs were like pencil thin,
and he was just flapping them about.
Yeah, I thought he was going to break a hip or something. It
is crazy the energy that man's got. Still,
they're all in their 70s, mid-70s at that. I mean,
it's absolutely insane.
And that's
I couldn't even move about like that for an hour and a half or 2.5 hours.
I'd be knackered. It's just they're an amazing. It's amazing they're still alive, and there's still so many of them.
And they still sound really good.
Yeah.
Well. The Stones.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like them that much, but yeah.
Because someone was interviewed on the radio. I heard it just coming over here actually today. One of these people from the gig was like, "Oh, they're timeless," and I'm like, "Well, they're not timeless, are they? They're very of their time, if anything. They're
that's
very
true.
Kind of 60s, 70s."
Sorry, the delay was me trying to stop myself saying yeah, so I come out with that's true.
And I'm like, well, they're not timeless.
Not at all. Not at all.
Even their new stuff.
Certain songs, timeless. In the sense, like you say, "Living on a Prayer" is a timeless song. Right. Everyone loves it, but not all of Bon Jovi's songs hold up.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Stones. They've got songs that hold up,
and it's mainly down to production value as well. Production moves on, doesn't it? The technology to record the songs and the sounds that people
just doesn't
use.
sound as good, and it's the style of music as well.
I mean, even a lot of rock songs made in the 80s are dated as fuck because everyone was using synthesizers. They'd stop using.
That's true.
Guitars.
I was listening to at work the other day the soundtrack for Chess. The musical written by Benny and Bjorn.
Yeah.
About chess. It actually, I thought, I never realised that. I thought it was kind of like used as
a metaphor.
A metaphor for something. No, but it's. I think it probably is the love stories, sort of like a game of chess. But it is hidden around like the opening thing is like the history. Not everybody knows where chess was invented, and a bit odd. I was listening to that and it was Chess in Concert. It was from 2009 actually, rather than the original soundtrack. But the first few songs were properly rocky, and then a few later on it was all because it's ABBA.
Yeah,
it's all synths and it's all the layered vocals like ABBA had. It just sounds old.
Yeah,
like it doesn't stand up,
even though it's brand new.
Like Phantom of the Opera stands up.
Yeah,
because there was none of these 80s synths and 70s synths.
People don't mess around with that with opera, do they? It's not a genre of music that can be synthesized. No. It has to be full orchestra, full, choir.
I don't know. It's just something.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But yeah, I just it was a little bit annoying, like watching the coverage of the Stones on Glastonbury, after an hour, and like it ends really abruptly because they're just like, "All right, Glastonbury, see ya, bye," and off. That was it. No encore, no nothing, because they couldn't film like they had
Bon
to.
Jovi done 3 encores.
3 encores.
And 3 songs in each encore.
Oh my god.
Like, they said, "Oh, we finished like that." And everyone started chanting, "We want more" and stuff, and then they crowded around, made it like, you crowded around talking, discussing what they were going to play. It was better. Like usually they go by, walk off, and then come back on. Yeah. But this they kind of sat around. It's like when I saw Foo Fighters at the O2, they went backstage, and then up on the screen, Dave Grohl's face with like a night vision camera, and he's kind of like that, putting his hand up to his ear, like, "What are you saying?" And everyone's shouting, screaming. He's like, "Okay, we'll do one more." And everyone's like, "No, boo!" And he's like, 2 more. And he just kept going. And it's just like because everyone knows that bands do that now.
Yeah, it's
and it's really good when they kind of have a bit of fun with it. Like, I think it was Less Than Jake or Green Day when I saw them once, and they were like, right, we're now, or it might have been Blink actually, Blink 182, and they were like, we're going to pretend to go off stage for 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back on and play some more songs for you.
They did that on the live album as well, didn't they? This is the part of the show where we go off stage and you think the thing's over, but we're actually going to come back on. And
so don't go anywhere. So, yeah. And I like it when people have a bit of fun with it.
Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like the whole encore thing now, because everyone knows about it. Like it's very kind of self-referential and meta, I suppose.
And that's why all bands now kind of have a bit of fun with
up to it. But yeah, news story I found the other day.
Could this constitute no, that is properly newsworthy, kind of isn't it?
I mean, it's
like just the ridiculousness of it.
It's for charity as well, so...
okay.
You know. But yeah, a lock of Mick Jagger's hair fetches £4,000 at auction. Which apparently was double the price they expected it. So they expected it to go for £2,000.
That's mental.
A lock of his hair.
How could you...
The hair in an envelope with the message, Mick Jagger's hair after being washed and trimmed by Chris at Rose Hill Farm, was
for £4,000 you'd want it framed with a certificate of authenticity, not an envelope with a letter.
Just scrawled.
It's probably a handwritten note.
Apparently it was sold by his Jagger's former girlfriend Chrissy Shrimpton. So she's up for but she's done it for charity.
It is charity.
She's not after the money herself.
But she might be after the publicity, get her name back in the news.
Very true. But for Changing Faces charity, now I don't really know what Changing Faces does.
There's jokes which I don't want to make.
Yeah, no. I probably should have looked into that a bit more.
I was going to say something about Nicolas Cage and John Travolta charity. Face off.
Oh wait, no, Jagger's due to turn 70 this month, so he's not quite 70.
69, dude.
Yeah, 69. But also other things that were auctioned off at this charity auction were a guitar owned by Jimmy Page, which went for £26,250. It's quite a lot.
And it's something substantial.
Yeah, it's an actual guitar.
Yeah.
You could play it if you wanted to, or you could hang it up on a wall.
You?
No, of course. No. And a set of hand.
You probably would once.
Yeah, maybe just to say. You couldn't not, could you? You know. And a set of handwritten lyrics by David Bowie for the song Jean Genie, which fetched £18,750. Again, that's like a handwritten manuscript.
Yeah.
If it's definitely Bowie.
Mick Jagger's hair.
But Mick Jagger's hair.
Like the guitar, like it couldn't be anyone else's but Jimmy Page, because it's going to be a certain style that everyone knows. Handwritten. Like David Bowie lyrics, probably no. I don't think you could forge that really.
Probably not.
Not a whole page.
No.
But hair, just get some brown hair, cut it off, put it in her.
And how old is this hair? She, I don't know when.
Does hair like degrade? Like, I don't suppose it would in a frame, would it?
No,
like
maybe
rotten.
not. If you vacuum seal it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just in an envelope. And she met Mick Jagger when he was a student at the London School of Economics, so that must be the 60s. And if I don't know how long they were going out, but like, if it's just been in an envelope,
that's mental.
Then how do you know it's in the envelope if it's not been sealed?
I can't remember what the fucking thing that could constitute as non-news was. I
couldn't find.
I did have something that's gone.
We didn't have any. We didn't have any correspondence for non-news this week either. I mean, we didn't last week either, but you know.
We haven't. Oh no, we did the first.
We have had.
I think the first week
in the past. Yeah, Ozzy and Holly both.
Yeah.
Both did, but not this week.
I suppose. I don't know really. I've got a couple of bits of news, like the iPhone. We didn't mention like a few weeks ago with the E3 thing, the iPhone. I mean, it doesn't like. You don't care because you don't have an iPhone. But it's the new iOS 7. They've kind of changed it to kind of be a bit more modern looking. Like with iPhone at the minute, like the Notes app, the notes look like a pad of paper, and you know you've got Game Center, which is like the share your achievements sort of thing, and it kind of looks like a felt billiard pool table, and it's kind of got this realistic real world look at it. But they're actually changing it to be not cartoony, but
oh really?
Yeah. which is a bit weird. And they're having all these features that were on Android, and kind of iPhone are kind of borrowing ideas from it. Apple borrowing out. Steve Jobs has gone, let's borrow this, let's borrow that. Let's not be
individual.
They're kind of losing the thing. And another thing they're losing, Steve Jobs always said they're always going to be top quality products. They're going to be top of the line. And now they're, like, rumours going around, they're working on a budget version of the iPhone with, like, plastic case and lovely colours.
Oh.
Like yellow and orange and lime green. And it's
not the ethos of the company, is it?
It's not what Apple's never, ever, ever done a budget product.
No, because they're a prestige make.
Not since Steve Jobs came back, because it's like even the MacBooks, the laptops, like this whole lower part of the MacBook where the keyboard is, it's all one part.
Yeah,
aluminium, sort of like folded and bent, and everything fits. And it's
and
top
they're
quality.
really, really nice looking machines. All their stuff is really.
But
really,
now they're releasing like these horrible budget iPhones that people are thinking. Because what they're thinking now is the S is gonna, there's got the 4S.
Yeah.
They're thinking that might be. Well, I assume they're thinking that this could be released as the 5S, and then the 6 could be the next top.
Oh, I see.
The really good one.
So all the even numbered ones are the good ones.
All the numbers and the ones with the S after it will be the shit.
The standard shitty
like,
ones.
iPhone 5 Special Edition. Because that's what like software companies used to do, is they release an SE version of their software, which is a stripped down version. It's the Special Edition.
Yeah.
It's the budget edition of their software. And I can't believe Apple are doing it. Like,
well, especially
this guy kept up Steve Jobs sort of thing for a year, and now he's
gone. Do you know what? We could make more money by selling all this crap.
That's what it is. It's to increase their market share.
Yeah. But that's not what the company.
It's like Samsung do it. Why can't we?
Yeah.
Samsung do this. Why can't we?
Because you're a prestige company,
because you're not fucking Samsung.
Yeah.
You're supposed to innovate.
Yeah.
I've fucking got an iPad in my hand. Like, I first saw this, I was like, what the fuck's that? Who's gonna use that? I use it for everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
My laptop gets turned on once, maybe twice a week.
For this.
Yeah. My iPad's on all day. It never gets turned off.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't know whether
I don't like that idea.
I don't know whether it was inevitable though.
Well, not when Steve Jobs was. He said he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't going to release a smaller version of the iPad.
Yeah.
Now you've got the iPad Mini.
Yeah. But
which is nice, and people are like raving about. Like, it's supposed to be brilliant, but not. No.
But I wonder whether it was always going to happen after he died.
Something that will happen after he died. I've just realised I've got a nice segue here about the Steve Jobs movie.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay.
The Ashton Kutcher's playing Steve Jobs.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, look.
Oh.
That's him as Steve Jobs.
Really?
That's really good, isn't it?
That's. Yeah. Okay.
That's the poster for the YouTube people. I knocked that. Nearly fell over. But yeah, that's actually coming out on August 16th.
Oh, right.
Like, really soon.
I'd not even heard of this, actually.
No, I had heard sort of months ago that they were making it, but I never actually thought it was definitely going ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they released a poster and they're saying this. I suppose this is non-news. They released a poster which is kind of like, oh, that's really cool. But they're saying the non-news part, I suppose, is they're saying, oh, it kind of looks like the old psychedelic iPod adverts.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Kind of like, why wouldn't it?
Because it's got all the colours and stuff.
Yeah, it's the silhouette. It's the old silhouette. Everyone knows the silhouette ones.
Yeah.
But it was when they did. I think it was when they started releasing the iPod Nano, which was available in all the different colours. So they were kind of having colour splashes everywhere, and it does kind of have that feel about it. It's kind of like,
but then obviously, really, I mean, when you think about it,
and he was like a hippie. Yeah. And he was on all sorts of fucking drugs and.
Yeah, another person really, off their face on drugs, did really, really good things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
drugs are good.
Yeah.
No, we're not saying that at all. We're not saying that at all.
But they obviously increase creativity in some people.
Well, it's like another famous podcaster. I'm not going to do names, but he says about when he started smoking weed. You know who it is just instantly. When he started smoking weed, he said to himself, he's only going to be awake and bake as long as every time he's smoking weed, he does something creative.
Yeah, exactly.
And it takes away your inhibitions.
Yeah,
like rather than going, I'm going to do this. Fuck, why would I do
should
that?
I really do that? Like
you're going to go, I'm going to do this. Why wouldn't I do it? It sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
So.
But it's like
it's about the fourth time you've done that.
I know.
You go take a drink and put it down.
It's like that sketch by Bill Hicks saying like, if you're against drugs so much, go home, look at your record collection, throw them all away.
Yeah.
Every single one of those was on drugs. You know, all the Beatles stuff, all the Stones stuff, all these really great bands. Throw them all away if you don't like drugs.
Yeah, it is double standard, isn't it?
Yeah, he was like, the Beatles were so stoned they even let Ringo write songs. You know.
Everyone goes on a Ringo, I don't.
Yeah, but Yellow Submarine.
Well.
Yeah.
This other quick thing here. Have you seen like they've redesigned beer can thing again?
Oh, really?
So rather than having the little, you know, you do the ring pull and it opens a tiny little hole. It kind of, like a sardine can, you pull it back and it opens the whole top of the can, turns the can into like a cup.
Oh. Fair enough.
I don't know what it's supposed to do.
It's just another way of doing it, isn't it, I suppose? I can see how it would work, but it's
kind of cool, but everyone prefers bottles.
Yeah,
or
it does
pouring
taste
it into a glass.
better out of a glass.
The only
container.
thing that tastes better out of a can is Coke.
I think you're right. Yeah,
or a glass bottle, but you can't get that many places in the UK,
and it's expensive to do that for the amount that you get.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah.
Do you want the audio?
Yes, let's have some audio. There was a thing about Russell Brand last week. This is another person I've had a turnaround on recently.
Yeah. I think you did mention that you wanted to do it last week, but we never actually got around to it.
We didn't have the time. We ran out of time. So this is like it's an 8.5 minute interview essentially that he did on a Good Morning America type program. I think it's called Morning Joe.
Yeah. On MSNBC. Now, are you going to find the right one?
I think so.
It kind of made a popping noise in my...
Yeah.
Give it
and
a quick
basically
test.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the whole interview, because essentially what he does here is kind of distract the interviewer, but kind of show the fact that all this American morning TV, and I suppose it's kind of the same over here, but
showing them for what they are.
Yeah,
and the unprofessionalism.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to me that this woman Mika Brzezinski has absolutely no idea. Well, you'll listen to it, you'll find out. We're going to be interrupting bits of it.
Yeah, we'll be doing like a commentary on it.
But yeah, because it's 8.5 minutes, I don't want to just play 8.5 minutes without us.
And we
talking.
can't really. And the other thing as well, you can't really pick out a certain section, like you said earlier. You can't pick out a certain section of this interview because you need the beginning.
Yeah, you need
to make the end. To have the magic. So
we'll also put the video up on the website and stuff afterwards. But here's the start of it anyway.
Yeah.
Go.
Is it not? Oh. It's not in the right.
It's not in the right thing.
Hang on. Huh?
I'm told this. I'm not.
Right.
We'll start that again.
Yeah.
All right, joining us now, he's a really big deal.
He's a big deal.
I know. I'm told this. I'm not very pop cultured. I'm sorry. Comedian, movie star, author, and host of the show.
Right, hold on. Right there.
Instantly.
Right there.
I didn't notice that last time.
She has no idea who he is.
Yeah. So he goes, I'm told.
I'm told this. I'm not big on pop culture.
And how
you're
special
a news anchor.
And you're there for the interview, and she says that. You're going to be like,
And actually, that freeze frame there on his face.
It's kind of like, really?
Okay. Right, anyway.
Brand X, Russell Brand. This summer he's embarking on his first ever worldwide comedy tour, The Messiah Complex. Katty Kay and Brian Shackman are here as well, and he already told Brian that he might want to disrobe. I'm just saying.
I just thought maybe I could loosen up a little, show a little more chest hair, and he said maybe I should do a little more.
I only think Russell can do that. You look fantastic.
Yeah. That is a very kind compliment. You also look beautiful. Brian, you are free to wear whatever you want. This is one of your freedoms that is afforded to you.
I appreciate that.
Uh-oh.
Right there, he's got him on the back foot.
Yeah, I don't think they expected that at all.
No.
And the other thing is that they've already gone kind of like, the Russell Brand sort of stereotype.
Yeah.
We're going to take our clothes off.
Yeah, he's dressed a bit funny, and we're going to make a big deal of it.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not there to talk about that.
Not really.
He's not there to talk about him.
Well, he's there to promote his tour.
Yeah.
And it's.
Silver boots. The boots are
I want to see them. Come on. Put them on the table.
Kinky boots time.
Wow.
There are some boots.
Those are nice. Put your feet up. Relax.
So they've asked him to show them his boots, so he puts his boot up on the table. Then they say, "Oh, go on, put your feet up and relax," as though he shouldn't have done it.
But they told him to.
How else is he supposed to?
I wouldn't do that. I don't want to disrespect your programme.
Okay, no.
You did ask to see.
No, I did,
boots.
and I
You're
liked
a fellow
There you go.
English woman, so
And we
I felt
we
obliged.
talked about kinky boots recently. So
Yes, it's a fantastic show. You have to go. Okay, Russell. Ooh,
Sorry about that. I
That's
didn't
all
realise
right.
it was just like
Disrespected the table.
The table
giant Jenga. It's like your desk is a puzzle.
It is. I'm sorry about that.
What is
Can
the
I help
solution?
you?
So
He's kind of derailed it already, to be fair.
yeah, like the table's come apart in half where he's kind of wrapped his leg around it essentially, and now the anchor's getting up to go and fix it, which really ignore it and carry on.
Yeah, change the camera angle to show somebody else talking and bring in like one of the floor people.
Yeah, don't have your main anchor get up and sort out a table, but this is what's about to happen.
I think we could try and pull it back in. So,
There you go, love. Be
Russell
careful
comes on,
because that's a
breaks the
low-cut
step.
dress.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm only
wow.
flesh and blood. I've got instincts.
Oh, okay. Well,
Tell me what you need to know.
I'm just going to have a drink here.
Yeah,
Patty K, question.
Messiah complex.
Again,
He's
just putting him on the back foot.
Yeah.
Perhaps shouldn't have. But,
That's what he does.
It's what he
the
does.
thing is, if they'd done their research, we're kind of spoiling the end of it for you. But if they had done their research, they would know to expect that.
They would understand. But it's not like he's been over there a few years now, and he dated Katy Perry for ages. People should know, surely. Who?
But I don't know if they know him as Katy Perry's boyfriend, and he's this English guy who's kind of like.
He's been in films.
Yeah.
He was in Get 'Em to the Greek and Forgetting Sarah Marshall and a couple others like that.
And St. Trinians.
And he plays himself. Like,
is he in St. Trinians? Yeah,
yes, he was. Yeah. He always plays himself in films.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if they know that.
Maybe.
That's the name of your tour?
Yes.
Do you have one?
No. It's a mental illness.
Right. And you don't have that either?
I hope that I'm here as a fully qualified professional gentleman.
None of us are.
Free from mental illness.
Free from it.
None of you. This is a hotbed of neurosis and psychosis.
Yes.
Oh, my word, I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah.
But Joe's not here, so there are no messiahs.
That's true. Although we actually bring more mental illness to the table than we admit, at least on this side here, for sure.
On this side.
Point one, who the fuck's Joe?
I assume, because the show's called Morning Joe, I would assume there's normally a person there called Joe.
Yeah, I mean...
But why bring it up?
Yeah.
Why start talking amongst
He
yourselves?
has got just a confused look on his face, Russell Brand.
He's not quite sure what he's walked into, I don't think.
Tell me about the tour. You're starting in Abu Dhabi. Is that where it began?
Yeah, it's in a lot of Middle Eastern nations and South Africa and all across Europe and of course in your wonderful country and in our country. I'm very, it's a really good tour. I'm talking about Malcolm X, Che Guevara, Gandhi and Jesus Christ and how these figures are significant culturally and how icons are appropriated and used to designate consciousness and meaning, particularly posthumously.
The most eloquent person on the show so far?
Yeah.
What brings all those people together?
They're all people that died for a cause. They're all people whose icons are used to designate meaning, perhaps not in the manner in which they intended.
I kind of like that. That sounds dead serious.
It's funny when you do it as a joke. I don't take it seriously. I just want to do it on stage.
Can't we get, 30 seconds now?
Well, not really, love. I mean,
Gandhi,
this is
go.
our work.
What? It's that typical question, isn't it? Oh, you're a comedian. Tell us a joke. No.
No, well, I mean, it's worse than that. It's kind of like, oh, you're a comedian on tour. Tell us one of the jokes from your show.
But also, he's just said it's not really... It's kind of about all sorts of things. Like, it's not going to be a joke show.
No, there's no punchlines. It's kind of... Everything's linked together.
And again, if you know Russell Brand... If you've done your research into Russell Brand, you know that he's not just a joke comedian. He tells stories. Yeah. He's a storyteller. So 30 seconds.
And if you take 30 seconds out of context, you could get into a lot of trouble because of the type of show it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's all to do with religion and rebel fighters and stuff like that. You know,
rebel fighters, what stuff?
Star Wars. Yeah, maybe. I've just realised kind of that this is going to be the worst show for YouTube.
Well, you can no.
Anyway.
I can try and sort something out for that.
Gandhi, go! I hope that's not your message to Gandhi and the people of India.
No, it's funny though because I travel a lot. And
all these people are at work, are they?
Yeah, they're working.
Yeah.
They're just at work.
Well, no.
Work more quietly.
They're Facebooking, actually.
What are they doing?
Facebooking.
They're Facebooking.
Yeah.
Shopping.
I bet they can't look at pornography. I bet it's blocked on their websites, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
See, again, like, don't let him do that.
No, kind of back here, Russell, back here.
He's basically turned around from the interview now and is focused on something else completely. He's bored with the interview, so he's
bored with the interview because he knows they haven't done their research.
Yeah, so he points out the fact that all those people in the background are making a lot of noise, but actually then forces them to admit that they're not actually doing anything newsworthy. They're just on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's part of their job, apparently.
They look pretty focused. But they're allowed to look at, if they wanted to, they can tweet, they can Facebook.
Yeah, they have to. That's part of
They're
their
probably
job.
tweeting right now.
They're tweeting themselves senseless back there.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's to create the atmosphere of we're a hotbed of news.
It's a working news. Yeah.
They're actually actors.
They're all fully qualified
rented them.
actors.
Yeah.
They're all just now looking for acting work.
So people, I mean, you have a pretty broad range here. I'm going to ask a serious question. Can I try? I'll try.
Try. It's never going to work.
I'll try.
Go ahead.
Ooh, did you hear that? Try. It's never going to work, but
Yeah.
that is a bit... This is where it starts getting a little bit catty.
Yeah. They're kind of like, he's obviously not here.
This guy is trying to get it back on track. She's lost her cool.
The main anchor, the one whose show it is.
So the supporting cast are now trying to get it back on
they're
track.
guest hosts, aren't they? Because Joe's not there, as they've already told us.
Yeah,
Because Joe's not there, they brought these two in to kind of help with it. And it's probably because they don't trust Russell Brand with her, because you know what he's like.
But also, if it was just her on her own...
It probably would have... No.
Can you imagine?
Everyone asks, what do you like better, TV, movies, or stand-up? Which one's more difficult? I mean, going on stage, I think, is probably pretty tough. A movie can be boring because you shoot a thing 100 times. TV is what it is.
There are challenges in all of those different disciplines. The thing I enjoy most is stand-up comedy because you're direct with your audience. You can't be misinterpreted. People can't get confused. You know what happens if you work in media? People like to change the information so that it suits a particular agenda. If you're in a room with people, then what you're saying is clear. If you say something that people are confused about, you can explain it to them then. If you say something as a joke, people can't pretend that you're saying it seriously. So I like having direct communication with people because I believe people are very, very intelligent, but the information gets manipulated a lot and people like to cause, fake stirs and stuff.
You know, funny, the accent, when I see him in...
Right, brilliant question, awesome answer.
Yeah.
Now listen to
Now
this.
he's just started on the accent.
Yeah.
person, it's totally fine. Forgetting Sarah Marshall or the TV show, it's fine. But on satellite radio in the car, I can't understand a single joke you say.
You can't understand it.
Can you
I
understand
can't.
me?
Yes, but no, I'm telling you, when I'm driving in the car and everyone's laughing in the audience of the radio, I'm like, I have no idea what he just
It's
said.
best you focus on your driving, Brian. You're a man, you don't want to be distracted by humour. You might crash into a pedestrian.
Okay. So it's a good thing.
I think it's...
Again, just ignorant. What?
Kind of I want to ask a serious question. Oh, this isn't going to work. He asked a serious question. It worked.
And then
he just went and spoke a load of bollocks about not understanding the guy that sat in front of him.
Yeah. And the other English woman there, she's like, well, can't you understand
me?
It's just...
probably for the best.
I think this is my first
brand experience.
Oh wait, here we go.
And I think it's not listening to him. It's experience. It's just sort of taking it all in.
You are talking about me as if I'm not here and as if I'm an extraterrestrial. I'm from a country that's
kind of
near
shop
to you.
window dummy. We're just sort of
She looks
admiring the
terrified.
whole. It's the whole thing. Isn't
Well,
it?
thank you for your
It's like a
casual
sculpture.
objectification.
It's an experience.
I'm glad that it's positive for
It's
you.
very positive, absolutely. Any other questions? I'm a little nervous.
You've become nervous. Why are you nervous?
Really? No,
You're a powerful woman. You've got a lovely
yes.
job. What seems to be the trouble?
I don't know.
You've got a hair like Princess Diana.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, I've never
When she was alive, it wasn't being offensive.
You can tell just now that is the point where it's just starting to go completely off the rails.
When they start mentioning him without using his name to his face.
Yeah.
I think
Him.
that's him.
Him.
Oh, it's taking it all in.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he's just
and
kind
he
of
made
like,
a
oh,
very
hang
good
on a
point
minute.
of, like, you're talking about me like I'm not
But I mean,
him.
what she said was right. It's not necessarily listening to him. It is taking... It's the Russell Brand experience.
Yeah, because he is
But the problem is she's like, it's
larger
taking
than life.
it all in. It's an experience with
Yeah,
it.
and then they're saying...
But he's right there.
Yeah. And here we go. This is the final 3 minutes now.
You've got to try and do this in one.
Subtext.
Yes.
I'm petrified of her. And you have her on her heels.
And she's just moved down the other
end of the table. I absolutely love this. Keep
Willie,
what seems to be the trouble, love?
No, I'm good. Well, now we're going to do a bit of therapy. Would you do therapy with Willy Brandt? With who? Willy Brandt. Would you do therapy with him?
Willy Brandt?
Willy Brandt. That's the English woman saying it, by the way.
Yeah.
Who should know who he is.
I don't think... Because that's where he's heading. Okay. I'm all right.
Yeah. You shouldn't say he when a person is present. You should refer to the person by their name. That's basic good manners.
That is where Willie is heading.
Who is Willie?
He's been sat there the whole time. They introduced him as Russell Brand.
He says Russell Brand on in the screen. They just need to look at a monitor to know.
Christ knows where they've got Willy Brandt from.
Maybe because he looks like Willy Wonka.
And none of the others picked up on it. Like
no. Well, I mean, when she said Willy Brandt the first time, the woman was like, "Who?"
Yeah.
And then she said it again, so maybe she thought, "Oh, his name's no."
I don't know. Okay, Russell Brand.
Is this what you all do for a living?
Yes.
Okay, but I'm here
professional.
Okay, well, let me help you. I'm here to promote a tour.
And here we go. This is what the whole interview should have been. Just this moment here. It would have been so much
everything he says now concise. Should have been spread out with questions.
Yeah, because he is a professional.
Yeah,
evidently. Unlike these people.
The Messiah Complex. It's here for the people of America. I want the people of America to come and see me do stand-up. Go to russellbrand.tv where you can purchase tickets to see me. These people, I'm sure, are typically very, very good at their job. What is it? You're conveying news to the people of America.
Yes.
People of America, we're going to be okay. Everything's all right. These are your trusted anchors.
Leaning.
Is that a news link? Here's your papers. I'll shuffle them for you.
Shuffle. Look.
Give us that.
That's good. Pen. You need a pen.
Okay, coming up later. Thank you very much, Kat. Okay, we're going to be talking about the situation with Edward Snowden. This whistleblower, is it good, what he's done for America, or are our secrets being jeopardised by his intentions? We're going to be talking about that. Also, Bradley Manning. Is Bradley Manning an American hero, or is he compromising the safety of American troops? We care about your views here on Morning Joe. We'll be talking about those later. Here with me are Brian and Kat. Brian, nice time. What do you think about Edward Snowden? What do you think about the situation with Snowden? Have you got anything to hide? Should we be concerned about the revelations that are occurring?
I don't know what's wrong with you. I understand everything he's saying.
No, it's because you're looking at him. When you don't see him and you don't see the lips
I understand the whole thing.
Stop saying he. I'm present. Russell. What's wrong with your manners?
You're good.
Be polite.
I'm coming in tomorrow with a big necklace and I'm opening it.
Look beyond the superficial. That's the problem with current affairs. You forget about what's important. You allow the agenda to be decided by superficial information. What am I saying? What am I talking about? Don't think about what I'm wearing. These things are redundant.
I'm distracted.
Superficial.
Okay.
Don't be distracted. What do you think that gesture means, the way you're touching that bottle? What does that indicate? What is that? What's the subtext of that?
I think we got to go to break.
You need to lose that ring, Mika, because it don't mean nothing to you. She's grasping for the shaft. She's a shaft grasper.
Russell, that was free, but it was worth the money. We'll buy tickets.
That was
absolutely
great. We don't need to see the tour.
I got it now. The
Messiah Complex.
Thank you. The tour Messiah Complex.
Don't be nervous.
Starts in August in Abu Dhabi, right?
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And did you notice he used all three of their names?
Yeah.
All three of their first names.
He remembered their names.
Yes. I mean, and he's been on other things that I've listened to recently as well. I didn't like him. I liked him when he first came out, when he was doing Big Brother's Big Mouth.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. And then he kind of got oversaturated. He was doing too much. He was on everything, and he just got on my nerves a little bit. And yeah, but now, like, the last couple of things that he's been on that I've listened to, and the more I see him talking as a person.
He's an intelligent bloke. That's the thing people don't understand. He's really intelligent if you actually listen to what he's saying.
Which is exactly the point of
that,
isn't it?
If you actually listen to what he's saying, he makes a lot of sense. He might use the wrong word sometimes.
Yeah, but 9
times out of 10, you don't even know what the word means. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's mental.
But that just shows how professional he is and how unprofessional.
How completely flustered. I mean, a good interviewer won't get flustered during
No, because you should expect it, because you should know who you're interviewing.
Exactly, yeah.
Know your subject.
And you know
even if you don't know them, if you've never seen them in anything before, you do your research.
But I just like
there's a world of information. There's YouTube. You can watch what the people are like in interviews.
Yeah, you don't even have to do proper research. Just watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, and you can see what he's like, and you know what to expect.
And you know, with a character as strong as Russell Brand, you need to be assertive, and you need to know exactly what direction you want to go in.
Or just ask like one simple question that you know is going to get, and just let him talk.
What's the tour about?
And he told you what the tour is about.
Oh, great! You know, you don't need to. It really that really annoyed me, because it was just like there's no need.
Especially when you've done your sort of journalism studies as well, is they teach you that basic stuff, and these people are on telly, like on a MSNBC. It's not like it's even a small station, and it's the morning show.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how early in the morning it is.
I'd imagine it'll be probably like a this 6 or 7 o'clock something over here, wouldn't it? You know, it's one of those big shows that people watch in the morning when they're getting ready for work.
Speaking of which, did you see?
Oh yeah, that woman, Katie Hopkins.
The woman from The Apprentice, and
talking about
Holly
names
Willoughby.
Of kids and all that.
Oh,
my good God.
That's another
I tweeted her and asked her what she could take out of my name.
Oh yeah,
because I have a double-barreled name. So would her kids be okay to hang out with me?
Yeah.
You know, it's really, she didn't get back to me.
No. But then again, a lot of posh upper class people have double-barreled surnames, don't they?
Well, this is my point. My double-barreled surname comes from 2 generations of broken homes.
Yeah,
you know?
That's the thing.
So my my name comes from crap, council estates type situations.
How would she take that though?
Yeah,
if she heard your name and then go, oh, it's double barreled, that must
Thomas
mean
Austin Morgan,
upper class, and then you go, no, it's actually 2 broken homes. Will she then turn around and go, oh no, you can't hang around with him?
Exactly. What a complete bitch. I saw another clip of her. She was talking to an X Factor contestant who won that, Katie Waisel from a few years ago, talking about whether tattooed people are good role models for kids. Fern Cotton is all over kids' TV and radio.
She's got tattoos.
Loads.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Is covered in tattoos. Like, it's
that woman.
She's such a snob. It got me very, very angry.
My favourite part, everyone's favourite part, is I don't like kids with geographical names. Isn't your child named India?
Yeah.
My favourite part is just the very end when Holly Willoughby went, oh, stop it now. And she's like,
I quite like, but I thought Philip Schofield was actually a lot more cutting, and he was being a lot more subtle about it. As well, he was being sorry.
So that's my fault for not turning down. Holly Willoughby, she comes from the mum's perspective, and they're a lot more defensive. Like, kind of like, oh, don't attack my child sort of thing, whereas the dad's kind of like, you're attacking my child.
Stop it.
How can I get back to...
Yeah.
And he just kind of went, your child's named India. But I don't like kids with, like, children with names after fruits and vegetables and
isn't
things.
Your other daughter called Poppy?
Yeah.
Yes. No,
but that's different.
Oh, but India isn't linked to a geographical location. It's a country.
Yeah.
You stupid cunt. I mean, seriously...
But that just viral, like all over Facebook and everything.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's all over Facebook.
You can't miss it.
Look up Katie Hopkins
and Holly Willoughby. Katie Hopkins versus Holly Willoughby. That's either the next epic rap battles of history or celebrity deathmatch. You know?
Very true. Do you want to do some ABCs?
Yeah.
We'll be quick.
Right. Turn that up. Turn this down.
The ABCs of ABH. What letters today?
M. Yes, so this week.
The only part of the podcast that sounds like it's recorded in a recording studio is when we say M.
I know. It's sad.
You go first. I've been first quite a lot.
I'm going to go first because I'm not going to really. I don't know if it's a cop out, but essentially my M this week is my mates.
My mates?
Really, I'd like to put a shout out to all my friends. Which really maybe I should have done as F, because friends is a better thing to say than mates, but it ties in. Because essentially what happened this week is I put up the Facebook page on Facebook, funnily enough, which you can find out, as we said at the top of the show, facebook.com/ABHpod. And within 24 hours or 48 hours, we got 42 friends. There were 51 likes. It's really good to see. We are hoping, against hope perhaps, that listener numbers will also start to go up, because
it's possible that a lot of people discover stuff on Facebook through pages.
Yeah.
And we haven't had one. And you put your link up, like for the podcast, and that'll get lost.
Yeah.
Whereas if we've got the page,
it'll be there. People can source it out, and all the rest of it.
It's more prominent, I think, on Facebook, and people are more inclined to look at stuff and go, "Oh, there's a page. What's that page about?" And then they kind of go in and see who likes it. And
I mean, essentially, I'd like to do a very, very quick shout out to the people who have added us so far.
Oh, jeez.
Adam
this is
Parnell,
your friends, not even my
Amy
friends.
Carroll, Ali McCann, Annika Osborne, Callie Merritt, Cheryl Wheatley, Chris Osborne, Colin Kendall, Danny Wellham, Daisy Silver, Dom, my brother, Liz, Freddie Gaffney, contributor. Oh, sorry, Ozzy was a contributor, and he is always one who puts out.
And Colin was one of our first YouTube reviews, iTunes reviews.
He was indeed. Fred Ribeiro, he's a contributor as well. Gareth Maddy, Helen Schoolidge, Ian Maxey, James Beavis, Joe, our only regular contributor every single week. John Cobbing, Jonathan Rowe, who he was supposed to have written something for this show. I'll have to do it for next week.
Oh, really?
He was going to review the Status Quo film Bulla Quo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He said that, this might go down well, but I forgot to get it off him. Kevin Collett, your dad, of course. Kim Arnold, Laurie Williams,
past guest,
yeah. Liam Bowater, Luke James, Martin Burley, Martin Cork, of course, past guest. Well,
Corky.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, for 2 or 3
times he actually, he was co-host.
Yeah,
I would say. Megan Jarvis, Fran Page, Nathan Hammond of Spiderbite, who we still have to get in contact with at some point. Pete Hoffman, Reese Larkin, Sam Cobbin. Sam Mason, Sarah Crittenden, Sarah Welsh, Sean Hewitt, Stephen Penny, Teresa Allingham and Zoe Hoffman. So I'd like to say thank you to all you people and everyone else who's liked anything else. But what I would really love you to do, because you are great, is just go and subscribe, go and download some of the episodes as well.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of those people do. I don't think some of them do.
No, but if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to listen and you just want to support us, which is great, we don't mind that. Just invite all of your friends to this group.
What I would say as well is we ask people to share things, and usually what people do is share a status that we've put up. What I would like people to do is just put a post and say, "This is my friend's podcast. Go and give it a listen."
Yeah,
make it a bit more personal.
Yeah, and I've started to make.
I mean, you don't have to write a sort of essay and tell them what it's about. Just invite them to the page. Say, "It's my friend's podcast. Can you go and help them out?"
Yeah, just it doesn't take very long, and we would love to kind of get out there to more people and have more involvement from everyone else. But yeah, I'd just like to have a shout out to all my mates.
My mates.
My M.
Well done.
Yeah.
My one is one that I've. Like when we first started doing the ABH, I was kind of like, I know what my M's going to be. And you know what? At the beginning of the week, I forgot about it. That's long-term memory, not short-term memory.
I was going to say.
But it's I hesitate to call it a game, but I think you could. It's what's described as a sandbox indie game, and I don't know what sandbox is, but I'm going to assume it's sort of like there's no story, there's no goal.
Yeah.
So there are goals, but it is kind of do what you want. You don't have to do the goal. Kind of go around and
you can do. It's free roaming.
Pretty much.
Essentially.
Pretty much, but there are points to it. But it's an indie game originally created by Swedish programmer Marcus Notch Persson. It's a Swedish name. It's Persson, which I think is Pearson, but it looks like person.
Yeah,
but I think it is Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson. Pretty good. And later developed and published by Mojang, which I think is a company he set up, or it's a company that brought him up. And it's odd. It's really hard to describe the game. It's like really blocky, and you'd think it's quite simple and not very processor intensive, but it is. Like it runs slow on my laptop.
Right.
But it's just like, when I say blocks, I mean they're like cubes. The whole environment is made up of cubes of things, and it looks really blocky. And the idea is to survive, and that's it.
Right.
Like there is the goal where you go into like different regions, like different dimensions, and you fight like dragons and shit, but like blocky dragons.
Okay.
But yeah, you go around and you can like farm like crops, and you can farm animals, and you can go mining. Obviously, it's Minecraft. You can go mining for diamonds. The name Minecraft. You mine, and then you craft what you mine into something.
I see.
So it's literally the name is what it is.
Because I've never really looked into it, because it's one of those things. I don't do a lot of online gaming anyway, and
it's not necessarily online. You can play it online, or you can play it on your own. It's just really interesting like concept, and I like it. You go like the first thing you do is you go and start punching at a tree, and you get some wood, and then you can make that into a crafting bench. So you can then like make yourself some wooden tools, and with the wooden tools you go and get stone, and you can make stone tools, and then you find iron, and you got to build a furnace to smelt the iron, so you can craft it. And it's just that sort of game. But the thing is, it's like the days and nights. I think they've changed it recently, but they're roughly about 10 minutes. You get the day. You start in the morning, and you can watch the sun go across the sky east to west, so you know what time it is.
Wow.
And like at night you get zombies come out. The spiders are normally, if they're out in the daytime, the spiders are docile, but at night they will attack you. Skeletons, like with bows and arrows and stuff, and these weird looking things called creepers. If they get too close to you, you'll be sort of like digging away, and you'll hear a hissing behind you, and you shit yourself because you know after that hissing comes a huge explosion. And it's just. So the first thing you do is you kind of got to go and mine, and you've got to try and get yourself some coal and some sticks. You get sticks from wood, obviously. You got to get some coal and some sticks to make some torches, and then you can go and make yourself a little shelter for the first night.
Right.
Like surviving the first night's the hardest thing.
See, I didn't realise it was as intensive as that. I thought it was just go and because essentially a lot of people
there's things you've got to avoid all the monsters, but like the monsters spawn in dark areas. So even if you've got a corner in your home where there's no torches, a monster will spawn in your home. So you've got to make sure it's lit up.
I see.
And shit like that. It's just really cool.
Oh right. No, because I
think you'd like have to pay. It's like 30 quid, I think, or 15. I can't remember how much it is, but you have to pay to play it properly. But, you get it on your iPad, you get it on your Xbox. Like,
I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I know most about Minecraft is the fact that people sculpt things, don't they? Like,
there's a creative mode where you get endless blocks and you can make.
People have constructed the entire enterprise with corridors and stuff like that.
And there's things like I say, you can play it online, and there's a thing I think it's called survival. Might call it Minecraft survival games,
right?
Which is the Hunger Games. Whereas you start with nothing. There's loads of people start with nothing. You've got to go out and you've got to make yourself weapons and stuff.
Oh, that's quite cool.
But you're not allowed to destroy the scenery, and there's like hidden chests around and stuff.
Oh, right.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. Because I'm quite a big fan of the Hunger Games anyway. That's coming out at some point. Seen the new one.
Have you seen the new trailer? Have you read the books though?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what the trailer's
I know exactly what it's. Yeah.
I'm quite excited about that one.
Me too. I don't know how they're going to make the third book into a film though.
No,
it's a little bit
I'm not sure. I was not sure on the third book. The end of the third book anyway.
Yeah.
It was a bit like, we've got to do the biggest thing we can.
It gets too big, I think, towards the end. But sorry.
No, that's cool. But yeah, it is Minecraft. Like, if you've got the spare, I'd need to look up how much it is. Hang on, I will quickly look. But it's just one of these things. If you're into that, I mean, I understand why some people don't like it, and it's understandable because a lot of people like the linear games. Whereas I do like linear games, like Final Fantasy 13. I started playing that. Like, as far as I've got, that is very linear.
Oh my god, yeah, the whole game is like that.
Oh, is it? Because my friend said it opens up at the end.
Not really.
It's extremely linear. Like the old one, it's kind of like there is a point and you've got to do certain things, but then you get to the big world map
around the world
and you go
places, but they're really like it's not.
Is it not?
There's one big area where you can battle lots of things.
You keep going in,
but there's not like.
I really like it.
You can go from one place to the other, but you can't go off. Yeah,
I do like it. It's very good. There you go, £17.95, £17.95,
and it's just a one-off payment. It's
one-off
not a
payment.
Thing.
No.
So actually, really, in relation to a lot of other games, it's actually fairly inexpensive.
And it's an endless game.
Yeah,
it's not like you play for 8 hours and that's it. You're done with it.
You can do whatever you want.
But yeah. That's the other thing as well. Like crafting stuff, you've got to know the crafting recipe. You've got to put certain things in a certain pattern.
Right.
Like a sword would be like a stick at the bottom with, like, if you're doing a stone sword, a stick at the bottom with 2 stone blocks above it.
Right.
So you're kind of drawing the item. Like that one there is for a piece of armor, which is a chest plate.
Okay.
So it kind of looks like a chest plate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I see.
But you can go on the Wikipedia and you can find the crafting recipes. Yeah. It is good. I really enjoy playing it. And I imagine it's extremely boring for people to watch, but I think the reason I got into it was a YouTube channel called Yogscast, It's two people that play it together, and I'm not going to play it because that was just going to get them to explain it.
I see.
But it's the Yogs cast. They're funny as well. They're really funny guys, and I watched that and I was like, that looks really good. I've seen lots of videos that I didn't really like. I saw theirs. I was like, that looks really fun. I'm going to buy it.
I see.
But you can get loads of mods for it as well. Like so, the Minecraft itself is pretty basic things, but you can get like mods where you get automation. You can build like a quarry, make a quarry, and it starts mining for you.
Oh, I see.
And you've got to make like electrical cables and stuff, and you've got to make sure everything's powered.
I didn't realise it was so vast. Actually, I didn't realise it was such a big
huge
thing.
But they're still not released it on the PlayStation yet.
No, but that's because it's a PC-based thing, isn't it? I would imagine.
It's because they're tied into a deal with Microsoft for the Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know. That was really cool. What was the last? There was one last thing I had. Oh, I'm going to show you this quickly. A YouTuber called iJustine. And I'll shut my notes.
If you go to any of these YouTube sites like Yogcast, leave a little note saying that ABH Pod sent you or something like that. Yeah,
because they've got 5 million subscribers that we would quite like to be part of.
And even if 1% of those 5 million comes to our show and downloads an episode, that's a lot of people. It's like 50,000. I'm not going to do any more maths.
I think we can close on this, actually. We could use this as kind of like an outro song.
Okay.
There's this YouTuber called iJustine. She's like one of the top YouTube vloggers, but she does gaming and stuff as well. She's got 1.5 million subscribers. But she's got herself a Google Glass. You've heard of Google Glass, the stupid glasses frame of the thing.
That people can watch themselves going to the toilet and stuff.
And you know the Stone Sour song, Through the Glass?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's done like a short parody of that about the Google Glass.
Oh, okay.
And it is quite funny, and I think we're going to end it here. So,
right, yeah.
And I'll probably
put
it out with something.
All of the video and the visual aids that we've used today will whack up on the internet, on the
and
website,
we'll probably put them on
Facebook and all that. Yeah.
Share the links on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but
this is iJustine's short Through the Glass video.
Through the Glass. So for this week, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
That's been Anywhere But Here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Glass. Record a video.
Looking at you through the glass, watch me running in the grass. Oh God, but I feel like a weirdo. But no one ever tells you that the weirdos feel at home, wearing glass alone on top their head. How does it feel? That is the question. But don't forget that you can Google stupid questions. When something like the time becomes unknown to you, just lift your head to activate. Say, okay, Glass, what time is that event at? So while you're outside looking in, tweeting what you see, remember what you're sharing is a feed. Oh, I'm looking at you through the glass. Now I'm checking out my ass. Oh God, but I feel like a weirdo. But no one ever tells you that the weirdos feel at home, wearing Google Glass alone on top their head.